Hey everyone, this is Francina Harrison, your career engineer. And hey, how are you? Hope things are well this Thursday evening, no matter where you are in America or in the world. Listen, I want to, we had it scheduled tonight. I like to get together and talk with folks one on one. This is the only way I know how to do it. So, for those of you who are watching now live, I appreciate you. Those who will catch it on demand, that's okay too. My lighting may be a little off today. I'm kind of in a cozy spot, and my overhead just went out, so I just have almost like a candlelight view going on. So hopefully it all works well. But listen, today actually, I said I want to do a short positive message. Couple of quick things. I got back. I went to Orlando, had a wonderful, wonderful, much needed respite and break. So I'm glad I was able to get out there. But I came back, and one thing that seemed to have happened is that I kind of lost my voice a little bit. So I was really debating with if I could talk today. I've been talking all day, but I just definitely said, you know what, let's continue. The show must go on. Let's continue what needs to be done. Because I do want to share some positive career tips or boosters with you tonight, no matter where you are, just so that we can, as we're coming into the summer season, here in the US of A is the great Memorial Day weekend, which is our kickstart of the summer season. Folks are having barbecues and picnics and all that kind of good stuff. And a lot of folks think this time of year is the time that the job world or even business deals are reduced. There's a myth that this type of work during the season is really not happening. In the summertime, no one's doing anything, no companies are hiring, and all that. I have to bust that myth. I have to, because I wouldn't be your career engineer if I didn't. And I wanted to share a couple of positive points, some things that you can do to make sure during this season, whether you're barbecuing, having your picnic, this is a great time actually to make sure your A game is loud and clear, that you're shifting gears and putting your A game out there, that you're maximizing your opportunity to network your career or your business brand, and that yes, there are great companies who are hiring right now who want to get the best talent, whether you're W-2 talent or 1099 talent. They're waiting and looking for you. So you can do this. Let me give you a couple quick things too. I'm looking down at all my little notes, right? Make sure you're following us. You can look at my lower third. That's that thing right there. Right there? Right. Career Engineer, make sure you follow us on Twitter, and let me tell you why. If you follow us on Twitter, not only will you get to interact with me personally, I do organic tweeting, folks. It's me. I do organic tweeting. But we also share hot jobs, I don't know, 4 or 5, 6 times a day. We also share some great blogs. They're not always all mine, so I want to give folks different points of view. There are actually some great articles I think are wonderful for our audience. So we share the latest and the greatest, as well as, of course, my viewpoint. Hey, wouldn't be your career engineer if I didn't. So we want to make sure that you get some good news and information. You also get to see me just being me. I mean, me sharing all kinds of stuff. Like what today is. If the X-Men movie comes out, guess what I'll be? You know where I'll be? I'll be watching that movie. I'm actually watching it the day before it goes out. So that's where I'll be. So if you followed our Facebook page, my Facebook page, I've shared where I'm going to be at tonight. So if you're in my area, and you saw my Facebook page, you'll know exactly where I'm going to be tonight, 10 o'clock. And I am going to watch the X-Men. Got to. But, again, the summer, this Memorial Day weekend is upon us. And I wanted to just share a couple of things I think can help shift the game, close the deal so things can be a little different for you. Hey, if you have a question or comment while I'm here, unfortunately I'm doing this totally solo. I don't have my moderation team with me. But hey, if I can see a Twitter, I'll respond if you have a question. Career Engineer, right there at Career Engineer. You can also like us on our Facebook page. And just go to Facebook, Don't Get Anxious. It doesn't get any easier than that. Don't Get Anxious is our Facebook page. So let me just share a couple of quick things. I think that can help folks. If you are in the market right now, and maybe you're having a lot of interviews. Let me share this. I have feedback from folks who are clients of mine and folks who are just in our sphere, our atmosphere, who are getting plenty of interviews. I mean, having a first interview, having a second interview, getting the interviews, however, have not received a job offer. Then we have those folks who are applying everywhere and anywhere. I mean, they're really exhausting their opportunities. I mean, putting them out there, but yet they're not getting any meetings. They're getting a little discouraged. And these are results from the work you did in April, putting your brand out there, the work you did in the beginning of May, putting your brand out there. And June 1st is right around the corner. So let me share this. First of all, to the person that's putting everything everywhere, you see something, you're kind of, you're jumping on it really fast. You're just kind of anxious in your deployment to go after that thing. Let me share this. Remember my motto: don't get anxious, get prepared. When you see opportunities, you want to make sure they're the right opportunities for you. You can use your due diligence, your research. You have Google University. You have everything at your fingertips to make sure a company meets your values. I mean, make sure their mission statement lines up with yours. Do some research on their past 5-year performance. I mean, do all the things a good researcher would do to make sure it's a good opportunity for you. And I'm going to say something that's going to shock the world really quick, because no one would believe I'd be saying this, but every opportunity that's out there is not a good opportunity for you. And putting your resume out there everywhere, all the time, anytime, to any place, also is not a great choice. I believe in targeted marketing. Targeted marketing. So you have a brand, whether your brand's in the IT industry, whether your brand's in the creative industry, whether your brand's in education, business development, the sciences, the STEM world. You need to know what you bring to the table, and you need to know what best employers want what you bring to the table. And there are ways to do that. And I tell people all the time, particularly our clients, say, let's do some job development, let's do some research, let's find the top 10 companies that meet, what we're looking for. Let's find our dream team. Let's get our dream, let's put our dream on paper. Top 10, top 20, top 30. Heck, let's get top 50. Let's get a plan A, B, and C. So no matter where we're putting our brand out there, we're giving it to the right places. Not anywhere and everywhere. Anywhere and everywhere that has never worked. It's never worked. But take some time and develop your plan. So don't get anxious and run quickly and apply, and do all that kind of stuff. Think about where you want to go. Make sure you're using your research, your tools. LinkedIn is, I can't say it enough. You guys are tired of me saying the word LinkedIn. I know you are, but it's a great, great tool for research to find out more about a company, or even the persons who are the decision makers or the gatekeepers. It's just such a great tool at your fingertips. I mean, even just using the no-cost version is such a great tool at your fingertips to get used to doing some due diligence and to get some corporate intelligence, if you will, as you're out there applying. So again, throttle back from doing it everywhere, anywhere, quick, fast, in a hurry. It doesn't work. Doesn't work. But spend your time doing some job development. The library is one of my best places on the planet. I know I've got my library right here, with Google and everything. But I tell you, being in the library just makes me feel so much smarter. I have so many resources and information at my fingertips. So spend time to research companies in your zip code, your area, your state, the places you want to go. So make sure you're getting into the right market. If you are getting those interviews, and I applaud you for doing that, that's a hard thing to do. I'm going to tell you, getting the interviews is the hardest thing. If you received an interview, you've done a good job. So please pat yourself on the back, give yourself a push-up. You've done a great job if you got the interview. And if you're on a second interview, you've done a marvelous job, because if you only knew the percentage of the numbers that don't get called back for a second interview or don't get called for the first interview, give yourself a break, give yourself a push-up. You've done wonderful. But one thing I will say to those of you who are getting these interviews, and you're getting them and you're winning them, but no offer has come, okay? No offer, no one has said you're hired yet. Think about some of the things maybe you're saying in your meeting. I mean, of course, make sure from the physical level, okay, that you're exuding confidence and competence. Very important. No anxiousness. No nervous hands or jitters. Be confident and be competent in what you bring to the table. Be poised. Be calm. Slow to react. Put that coolness on. I mean, be cool. Even if you want it bad enough, be cool. Okay, be cool. That, I tell you, because no one hires anxiety. No one hires anxiousness. No one hires desperation. People don't hire that. Remember, 80% of what we say is just how we bring ourselves out here without even using our mouths, okay? So make sure you're poised. Make sure you're calm. Scream in the bathroom before you have the interview. Scream in the bathroom after you've had the interview. But while you're there, be the one that they want to get to know. Be calm. Be poised. Eye contact, leaning forward when you're showing yourself. Just think about this as two people having a great meeting to decide if they need to get in partnership together, and you sharing nothing but value. I always also say that while we're in these wonderful interviews, particularly in the second or the third, you've got to put that A game, like car salesman close the deal game on. I mean, I'm not a big fan of used car salesmen, but I love the way they close the deal. I love how they do it. If you said no, they have a response. If you said this, they have a response. So declaration and demonstration, very important when you're in those second or third interviews. Obviously, the company is interested. They wouldn't have called you back. But it's also important that you demonstrate why you are the one for the job. You have to demonstrate it. Okay? You demonstrate that by performance. You demonstrate that talking numbers, talking percentages, talking how you increase something. You have stories, you have narratives to share. I mean, 30-second stories, 45-second stories of how, or maybe a minute, depending on how long they want you to talk. Stories showcasing performance, your accomplishments, your leadership, how you managed or maintained, how you got something done with nothing, how you made the impossible happen, how you were creative, how you just changed the game. I mean, working with people, places, data, and things. Demonstrations, totally important. And then, of course, declaration. While you're talking about all those wonderful things you bring to the table, how many of you are declaring that this is your job? I mean, how many of you said, hey, Mr. Jones, and not only have I increased sales by 80% and I've reduced, repeat work time by 20%, I want you to know it'd be an honor to work for you. I've done my research on this company. This is one of the best places in America to work, and I would love to be a part of your team. That's called declaring, letting them know you want the job. Yeah, you're at the interview. You would think they know that, right? But I can't tell you how many decisions to hire someone may have come down to who really wanted it, who asked it. And of course, your follow-up measure of how you follow up after the meeting. If you're going to send a thank you card, which is my personal choice. I love handwritten stuff. But some kind of way to follow up and close the deal is very important. Of course, pray. This is usually I have some coughing going on. Meditate. If you don't pray, fine. But if you do pray, pray. This is a spiritual quest. I mean, I'm a woman of faith. I've said it all day long. I pray a lot because you have to. This is the world we live in. But, do all that you can do. And if you meditate. If you're going to have a word of silence, have a word of silence. But if you are a praying person, ain't nothing like getting your prayer on, right? Getting your faith on. So demonstration and declaration. If you're having a lot of meetings, but you're not closing the deal, revisit your demonstration and your declaration. For those of you who's putting things out there everywhere and anywhere all the time, throttle back a little bit, do some good job development. Think about the top companies that if you're going to base it on your area, if you're going to base it, if you are mobile, great. Think about mobile stuff. If you thinking about certain cities, if you're thinking about, of course, compensation is important, but that's not the only thing. There's other things to look at when we're looking at a new company. So think about spending some time, 40 hours at least, and developing the marketplace for your brand. That's basically what I want to share with you guys today. This is going to be a very, very short session because your career engineer does have a little bit of raspiness here. Can you hear it? And I had to do TV this morning, and I had to talk this morning, and my throat is really not feeling good. Of course, I'm going to be watching the X-Men and probably screaming, so I won't have a voice tomorrow. But I want to share, again, just some tips, some boosters, some things live with you so you can know what to do in this great summer season. Just take it up a notch. The summer is a great time to find those connections, declare and demonstrate, and develop the job market for you and no one else. This is your career engineer. Thanks for listening and letting me come into your world for a little bit. If you missed us live, you can watch this on demand, share it with others, and make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. So when I want to talk to you, whenever I want to talk to you, we can always do this. You guys be blessed. I thank you for the support. And remember, don't ever, ever get anxious. Always be prepared. See you later. Bye-bye.